Are you curious about tarot, but you're not ready to go out and purchase a tarot deck? In this video, I will be explaining how you can use a simple deck of playing cards to achieve similar results. So, let's get started. Before you break out your playing cards, you need to know some basics about the tarot cards and how we will be translating their meanings to the normal playing cards. The first thing you'll notice when you take out your deck of playing cards is the obvious difference in the actual number of cards. The tarot has 78 cards and your normal playing cards only have 52, plus the Joker. In the 78 card tarot deck, it is broken up into 22 major arcana and 56 minor arcana cards. So, our first step is to identify which cards will be applicable in our playing card deck. We won't be using the major arcana cards from the tarot deck except for the Fool card when using the playing cards in a tarot reading. For the minor arcana, we are missing the page in each suit, which we will eliminate as well. I'll go over the court cards later in this video. So, having said all that, to recap, we will be translating the 52 playing cards from the minor arcana in tarot, and we will use the Joker as the Fool for the major arcana. Okay, so now that we have that sorted out, it's time to go over some basics before you can begin reading with general playing cards. And the first topic I'd like to address are the elements in tarot, their meaning and how they translate to the suits in your normal playing cards. There are 4 elements in tarot: pentacles, swords, wands, and cups. Each element relates to a part of your life. In using playing cards, these elements will directly relate to the corresponding suit in the playing card deck. Pentacles represent the earth element. In tarot, they represent security and material resources in the practical world, like money, finances, and job or career-related endeavors. The earth element is one of grounding, and when you have a solid material resources, you feel supported and secure. And in normal playing cards, the pentacles are represented by the suit of diamonds. And an easy way to remember this is to think of if you have a lot of actual diamonds in your life, it's pretty reasonable to assume that you must have financial security, which translate to pentacles in tarot. Swords represent the air element. In tarot, they represent communication and thought patterns in the practical world, like communicating in person, through email or text, and also how you communicate with yourself in the case of worry or thinking about the future or the past. It's an air element, so it can also represent scattered thinking and loss of focus. In normal playing cards, swords are represented by the suit of spades. And an easy way to remember this is looking at the spade. It looks like a heart upside down with a stem coming out of the bottom. You can look at the heart shape as representing 2 people, and the stem are the ideas that come from communication with each other. Wands represent the fire element. In tarot, they represent action and physical activity in the practical world, like getting things accomplished or taking action in a specific area. And because of the fire element, it can represent frustration or even anger. In normal playing cards, wands are represented by the suit of clubs. Think of an actual club or bat, and the purpose of the club or bat is to swing it, right? And that represents action. Cups represent the water element. In tarot, they represent emotion and feelings in the practical world, anywhere on the spectrum from complete happiness and bliss to sadness or loss. As a water element, it can also represent dreaminess or illusion, sort of like having rose-colored glasses on. And in normal playing cards, the cups are represented by the suit of hearts. This is an easy one to remember, so I think you got this one. The other thing to note is that these elements, when seen in the court cards, which we'll go over shortly, can represent people with these elements in their astrology chart. For example, the Queen of Swords or Spades may represent a female energy that has a lot of air in their astrology chart. An air element person would have Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius prominent in their chart. And in both tarot and playing cards, each element or suit has a number associated with it. And the good news is that both the tarot cards and the general playing cards are numbered from 1 to 10. And the 1 translates into the ace in tarot. Think of the numbers as a journey you take in your life as you work to establish your career or your love and or marriage and family goals. Here's a breakdown of each of the numbers' meanings. Number 1, or the ace in tarot, is the first number out of the gate. And just as the number implies, this number represents new beginnings. Number 2 is all about making decisions or juggling things or ideas and concepts around. Number 3 is when realization comes to the forefront and decisions are made. Number 4 is about putting the work in after the decisions are finalized. Number 5 is about conflict or confrontations that come either from yourself or others. Number 6 is about rewards or recognition. This sometimes means that you are the one giving to others. Number 7 is about overcoming obstacles or making choices in regards to the progress you have made so far. Number 8 is all about change in regards to information or feelings that you have known up until this point. Number 9 is about finally seeing where this journey has taken you and realizing you need to continue or find a new path. And number 10 represents the final stage in something. This can mean that you have succeeded in your path and manifestation is realized, or you decide the journey is over and it's time to get ready to begin again on a new journey. So, the next step is to combine the numbers with the elements in order to get an idea of what the meaning of the card is. For example, if you pull the Ace of Hearts, it is typically seen as a new beginning in love. Ace equals 1 equals new beginnings. Hearts equals cups equals emotion and or love. Okay, I hope you're following this so far and it's not too confusing. And if you need to go over it again, you can always replay the explanation and take notes. Now it's time to address the court cards. In tarot, there are 4 court cards. You have the page, knight, king, and queen. And when you look at the playing cards, you realize that, there are only 3 court cards, jack, queen, and king. So this is a dilemma for direct translation. And how I translate the court cards is with the jack being the knight and the queen and king remain the same. And if during a reading I feel that the meaning of the page is more appropriate when the jack shows up in a reading, I'll use that meaning. The Fool is an important card in the tarot, being the first card in the major arcana, and the only one you will use in your reading with using playing cards. And I realize in my old deck of playing cards, the Joker has been removed. So make sure that you've included it in your deck before you begin a reading. The Fool is all about taking a new adventure. It's different than the Ace in each suit because of 3 reasons. Number 1, it is a major journey that you're courageously taking. And number 2, you have no experience in it or knowing how it will go. And number 3, you're driven to embark on this journey without number 1 or number 2. The example I can think about to help you translate this is a person who decides to either change careers entirely or open their own business but has no experience in that industry. At the same time, there is a strong pull to do this, and the person is ready to embark on this journey without having this knowledge. In love, it could translate that you meet someone and have this strong pull and decide without much history with each other that you're ready to get married or even have a child together. With the Ace, it is a general new beginning, but in something you are familiar with and not necessarily a major transition in your life. Remember that these are just general examples to help you understand the difference between the Fool and the Ace. Of course, during a reading, the individual situation would apply. So enjoy exploring tarot, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.